Good morning, class. So this is our new math unit, and today we're going to be introducing what a fraction is. And this is our first lesson. So step 1 is to watch this video. Step 2 is to do the Google Form sheet. That will be here. And that's it for today. So I'm just going to start with my PowerPoint made. All right, so fractions. Think of a time you shared something with a friend. Did each of you get a fair share? Fair shares mean equal parts for everybody. Equal parts is having the same amount of something, where fractions is a part of a whole. Halves, one or two equal parts into which something can be divided or cut in half. So half of a triangle, half of a square, half of a circle. Do you see how they're both equal parts? They're worth the same amount. So one of two equal parts is a half. Six equal parts. So each of these are the same size. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Sixths. Just because they're colored in different doesn't mean anything at this point. Okay? It's just 6 equal parts. There's 2 white, 4 green. Still 6 equal parts in size. Quarters, fourths, 4 equal parts. You can also think of 4 quarters in a dollar as another idea. Do you see how each of these squares is the exact same size? They are fourths. Fifths, 5 equal parts. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. All the same size. Eighths, 8 equal parts. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Thirds, 3 equal parts. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. All the same size? All thirds. Try to say them as I'm reading them too. So let's quickly go back. We'll say them together. Halves, 6. Fourths, fifths, eighths, thirds, and the next one is tenths. Try saying it. Tenths. 10 equal parts. Then the next thing we're going to talk about is a mixed number. So it's a whole number and a fraction combined into one. So if you were to think a whole circle is 1, you would just say 1. Whereas this is 3 out of 4 of the triangles colored in here. So it's 3 quarters, right? So 1 and 3 fourths. 1 and 3 fourths. So this is a video. It's going to talk to you a bit more about fractions.
Let's learn fractions. Understanding fractions can be easy as 1, 2, 3. Just watch this video and you'll be using fractions with ease. It's easy to count whole things, like a pizza, a pie, or a donut. But what if we only had part of one? How would we count it then? We'd use fractions. A fraction looks like this. The bottom number is called the denominator. It shows how many equal pieces an object has been divided into. The top number is called the numerator. It shows how many parts of the denominator you are looking at. For example, a pizza is usually divided into 8 slices. That means that in a fraction, the denominator would be 8. If you normally eat 1 slice of pizza, then 1 would be the numerator. That means that you eat 1/8 of a pizza. If you normally eat 2 slices of pizza, then 2 would be the numerator. The denominator would still be 8 since there are always 8 slices of pizza. That would mean that you eat 2/8 of a pizza. Let's try another example. This pie is divided into 6 pieces, and you eat 4 pieces of it. If there were 6 pieces of pi and you eat 4, what is the denominator of your fraction? That's right, 6. What is the numerator? Yep, it's 4. That means that you ate 4/6 of the pie. Let's try one more example. If you and your friend have one donut to share, then you will cut it into 2 pieces. If there are 2 pieces of donut and you eat 1, what is the numerator of your fraction? That's right, the numerator is 1. What is the denominator? Right again, it's 2. When the fraction is 1/2, we call that 1/2. Thanks for watching.
Excellent. I really like that video. I think it has a lot of good information. So the extra thing that you learned from this video is that in a fraction, when you write it, the bottom number is called the denominator, and that's all the parts in something. Whereas this number right here is called the numerator, and that's the parts that you're talking about. Okay, so it's the numerator over the denominator. All right, let's go back to our beautiful PowerPoint. Okay, here we go. So this figure is one whole. When you just talk about something, it's one, or you can think of it as one whole. Here are some ways to divide the figure into equal parts. You can name equal parts with fractions. 2 equal parts are halves. 6 equal parts are called sixths. And over here, some of the fraction names you have used as ordinals before are thirds, fourths, fifths, goes on like that. So first, second, third, fourth, fifth. This one is like that, but it has an S at the end. Thirds, fourths, fifths. You guys are talking about more than one of those, not just placement, as in like first, second, third place. This one is talking about 3 pieces, so thirds, 4 pieces, fourths. All right, you can show the same fractions in many ways. Here is some way to show fourths or quarters of a whole. So fourths, fourths, fourths. So you don't just have one way of doing it. It's not all with a circle like a pizza. It can be with different shapes. Many different shapes. All right, so now practice time. So when you go here and you click on the activity, this is what it's going to look like. Fractions, lesson 1. So don't forget to put your name. And you get this for number 1A. And look at this, you have a triangle and it's broken into parts. Name the equal parts. So is this a half? Halves? Is it third or fifths? There's an extra on there. And the next one is this picture. It's a circle. Name the equal parts of the fraction. Is it fourths, fifths, or halves? This one. Is it halves, thirds, or fourths? Which picture shows equal parts? So that means all parts are the same, A or B. So you would just write A or B, which one you think it is. Which figure shows fourths? How do you know? What other fractions are there? So there's more than one. You want to count and see which ones have 4 equal parts. 1, 2, 3, 4. Maybe this is one of them. You go through each one and then you write the letters that are 4 equal parts here. All right, good luck, and I know you're going to do well. Take care.